Hi, and welcome to Marcie's Stamping Journey. This is Marcie Besecker, and I am a coach with Fun Stamper's Journey. I wanted to make a card for you today and show you how to use PanPastels using the Big Catch stamp set. When I did my last video, I had shown a card that I made showing the stamp set used on a card with PanPastels, and I had a lot of comments and messages and people asking me if I could show how to make the card. So that is what I'm going to do. I'll be honest, this is my second take because I forgot to turn the volume on. So bear with me here. Okay, so what I want to do is let me show you what we're working with today. We're going to work with the Big Catch stamp set. It has 9 stamps and they're all indexed. If you can see on this stamp here, it's indexed. It's right on the stamp itself. So there's no sticker. It's just etched on there. So it's a perfect stamp for your clear blocks. You can see right through them. And also the Fun Stamper's Journey's clear blocks are etched with a grid on there. So that's really nice and very helpful. Okay, so this is the card that we were looking at the last video. And people wanted to get some information about how to use the PanPastels. So let's get started. Let me show you that PanPastels, I'm going to give you an idea here that in the catalog on page 280, there's 4 different types of PanPastels. There's the Confectionery Days, the Rich Sorbet, the Party Pop, the Mother Nature, and then you have the Colorless Blender, the Brush Gold, and the Silver, Brush Silver. And then this is the tools, the soft tools that you get. You can purchase those separately, but if you buy a set, these come in the set. So you will get 2 of the little footies with your applicator, and then these 2 sponges there. And they're really nice. They're not like a normal sponge, and they're not like, I don't even think they're like the makeup sponges. It's really different, but they're really, really nice, and they work great with the PanPastels. Now, when you purchase a PanPastel, it's going to come like this. And so you have the case, this nice plastic, gives you your instructions on the back, shows you the colors in the set that you're getting, and then, of course, those tools I just showed you. However, when I received mine did not come like that because I got mine at convention last year. And well, at convention, for those who have been, know, you must bring an extra suitcase. You have to pack light clothes and leave a lot of space in your suitcase. Well, I did that, and I had a carry-on, and I had a backpack. I had to put all of my PanPastels in my backpack to get home because there was no room. It was quite an experience. This is how I brought mine home. And this is how they are stored. You can also store them like this. I will be using these 3 from another set. And you can store them like this, and there is a lid that you can put on them. And so this, some people prefer this. I prefer having them flat like this, and I have them on my shelf. But I just had to show you. I don't have the pretty little case. I didn't bring mine home like that, but I brought them home. That's the important part. So Richard introduced us to the PanPastels last June at our convention, and I can't tell you how much I love them. It adds so much to a card, a background. You can just pop it out, and we're going to show you that right now, how quick and easy it is. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your card base and you're going to fold it in half and make the base of your card. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and take our Denim Days, and it's going to go right on top. And I'm going to put the lure, if you can see here, we had the lure just around everywhere. To kind of show that, I'm going to take my black licorice ink, and our inks are a hybrid between dye and pigment. They are truly amazing. I love them, love them. So you just want to randomly put it everywhere. Remember, there's a card that's going to be in the middle, so you don't have to be perfect with it. I like to just have the little hook there now and again. And I think that's okay. I'm going to do one more. It's going to be pretty covered up, so there you go. So that's what I'm going to do there. Oh, and you know, I'm going to go ahead while I have him inked up on the piece on the inside of the card. I'm going to go ahead and just put him here on the corner. Now we can clean him up. And while we're there, we might as well take our sentiment, keeping it real. And we're going to ink that up. And what's nice about this is you could line your card up with the grid on your paper. And we sell the paper packs of the grid. And then you can take your stamp, as long as you stamped you set up your sentiment or your stamp on the glass, okay, and lined it up on the lines, then you can line it up there. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I am going to add that. And you don't need a whole lot of glue. I'm just going to add this in here. Okay, that part is done. And this part is done. So I'm going to go ahead and put that here for now. And actually, might as well glue that on. We're not doing anything else with this piece. I just do a little bit. It's not a whole lot. It's not really thick. You don't want it to ooze out the sides. Just put it on there. And there you go. We can set that aside. Now we're going to go ahead and work with this. So you have your Tangerine Fusion and your white there. And the Tangerine Fusion is 4 by 2.5. And then the whipped cream here is 3 3/4 by 2 3/8. So what I like to do is I'm going to use my sponges here. I have a couple different ones. Now what you'll notice is that they're lovingly used, and you can use them and then just brush them off and continue using them. I like to use them with light colors, so I'll use the yellow and the orange, the black and the blue, with the sometimes the same, sometimes not. I do have a black one separate because I use black a lot, so it just depends on how you want to use and store your sponges. I don't want one for every color. That would just be crazy. Okay, so I like to do the lighter color, and I've had these for over a year, and I mean, you can barely tell that it's been used. These are going to last a very long time. So I do the yellow in the middle, just kind of like that, and then I like to do an orange in there too. Okay, so that how fast was that? Now I like to do the black and just kind of go back and forth, nothing too crazy, and you'll blend it with the yellow, and that's okay because you're gonna do a little more to that. Make it kind of dark. It is your water. It is at nighttime. And then we'll go back and revisit that side in a bit. So let's move over here. And the blues I'm using are going to be out of my Mother Nature. And I like to use 2 blues. I'm going to start with the darker one. It is night, so you want it to be dark. Dusk, I guess I should say. And now I just kind of go around, and then I'll add a little bit of this color just to kind of give it a little depth. Oop. Okay, so that's kind of what I want on the top. I'm going to take the darker blue and just kind of blend it a little bit with the black. Okay, now what I want to do is I like to use a dry baby wipe because there's no lint. It's just perfect. It's nice and soft. And I go with the color. And so I kind of just burnish it in. You want to do the black. And then I turn it and I start with the blue. And then I work its way down just a little bit because the blue can kind of come down into the sun. And there you go. I think that looks fine. Now, that's your background. We're going to blend it a little more. You can see this one looks a little blended. You can do, in fact, I think I want a little more orange. So you can do a little more orange up here in the sky, a little more like a one line kind of thing. And then you can take your blue and then just kind of go a little more and do little circular motions now, just so it can kind of go in. And same with this. So you'll get used to the textures and the looks that you like. And now I'm going to go down here, and it's okay that I use the blue side. It is supposed to be water. And I'm going to do a little here. Okay, so there I want that. So now, back with our black licorice ink. You're going to take, when it's a solid stamp like this, I like to kind of squish it in there. And then I like to just rub it a little bit, not real hard. You don't want to really rub your pad like that too much, but I like it to make sure it gets in all the grooves. So you want to just squish, squish, squish. And now you want to make sure that it's on your water. So oh, I'm sorry. I have one step here. It has out on the lake at the bottom. And I really don't want that on this card because it's not on a nice blue lake. It's dark and you're not really going to be able to see the words too well. So take those words off. Just take a baby wipe the best you can. I mean, it is going on black. It's not earth shattering, and I'll show you how to fix it if we get any on there. Okay, now you want to make sure that your boat is on the water. So stamp it down. And there you go. And you don't see the words, but I see a little bit of a yellow tint. So what I'm going to do is take the blue and the darker blue, and I'm just going to go right underneath it. Right up underneath the boat. Because you really don't want to see that yellow underneath that. Okay, so that looks good. Now, all right, easy peasy. Now I'm just going to attach it to the Tangerine Fusion. I think I cut my orange too small. Hold on one second. Let's see. Don't you hate when that happens? All right, so now we're going to put the orange on here like this. And at this point, I kind of like to turn my paper over when I have the PanPastels. You don't want to get it any worse. You can take a baby wipe and wipe your hands off, and that works pretty good. But on the paper, I like to just kind of start fresh here. And then I'm going to pop it up like Richard says, when in doubt, pop it out. So here we go. I love these foam squares too. We have the large, and then here are the small ones too. They're fantastic. Great and easy to work with. And here's my card. I'm going to angle it just a bit. And there we go. There's our two cards. I did this one a little blacker. I like it a little bluer so you can tell that it is water. If you wanted to add a little more black, you can do that. I just added a little more blue at the end. And piece of cake. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed the card. I'd really like to hear from you to see what else you'd like to see done. I enjoy making the videos for you, and I like to teach different things and learn new things. So if there's something you'd like to see, let me know. If you could like the video and subscribe, that would be great. I look forward to doing more videos for you, and I want you to remember to make your crafting journey amazing. Thank you.